This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Oregon lawmakers want to hear from you. They want to know what you think about making it illegal to clear homeless camps on public property. How you can weigh in coming up.
And ballots for Multnomah County special election are going out today, 1 week late. What you need to know before you vote.
And we are also live this morning in Woodburn at the Wooden Shoe Tulip Festival because I love tulips. I would assume you love tulips. Don't we all love the tulips?
There he is.
Brenda, Christine, and Rodney. We waited so long for the tulips to arrive this year, and they are here, and they are beautiful, but they're going away soon. So we'll have all the details on the final week of this year's Wooden Shoe Tulip Festival coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, Drew. I barely even saw him. I just saw the I love tulip sign and I was like, where is he even? And then the camera zoomed in.
They've had such a hard time. It's so nice to see.
Yeah, and it makes sense that they've been blooming. It's been so warm, and if people want to go out today, is it decent weather?
Warmer than yesterday. We walked Maximus yesterday and there's still tulips in my neighborhood. Now, I've decided I don't like tulips because at this point, I shouldn't be seeing them May 1st, and they are a reminder of what a cool, crappy spring it's been, if you like warmer spring weather, that is. Here's a look at the radar the last 12 hours. Look at all the storms blow up. Central Oregon, they moved up into Washington. We had some lightning strikes in Clackamas County here closer to home overnight. Right now, just a few spotty showers are out there. It's mainly dry, mostly cloudy skies. 53 degrees is the temperature. And yeah, here's the warm up. Yesterday, it was only 60. Which means most of the time it was only in the 50s. But today we'll open up some sun, 61, 71 for high, most of the time dry, but we will be watching for the potential of more spotty storms firing later today. Back to you.
All right, Rod, thank you much. Well, today, Multnomah County will start mailing ballots for the special election, which is 2 weeks from today. They're going out, though, almost a week late because of a printing error.
Yeah, Devin Haskins joins us live this morning with more on this special election. Good morning, Devin.
Yeah, good morning, Christine. Good morning, Brenda. That printing error had to do with the race for Multnomah County Commissioner District 3, and it affected every single ballot within Multnomah County. State election rules said the county had until today to mail out ballots for the May 16th special election. So here's what happened. The Multnomah County ballots were all printed with the District 3 race, instead of just going out to those voters living within District 3. That mistake costing the county at least $300,000 to reprint the more than 500,000 ballots. A seat for District 3 opened when Jessica Vega Peterson was elected county chair in November. Now there are 3 candidates running for the seats. If there's an outright majority, the winner will immediately take office. Otherwise, there will be a runoff in November. So this special election, it's a county-specific special election. So if you live in Clatsop County, for instance, you'll get a ballot with measures and candidates specific to where you live. Some things to keep in mind, you have until May 16th to vote. So remember, you can mail in your ballot on Election Day as long as it's postmarked by that day, it'll count. Secondly, there are 5 ballot drop-off locations at 5 county libraries that are closed this election because they're under construction. Those are the Albina, Central, Holgate, Midland, and North Portland libraries. And if you live in East County, the Voting Center Express Center is now open in Gresham at the Multnomah County East Building to help you with your ballots. Brenda?
All good reminders.
All good reminders.
Devin, thank you. A reproductive care bill is now on its way to the Oregon Senate. Supporters say it protects access to reproductive and gender-affirming health care, but opponents are weighing in, calling it too extreme. The House passed this bill yesterday. According to Democrats, it expands access to care, stops politicians from interfering in medical decisions, and protects providers. Opponents say the bill would let minors under the age of 15 get abortions without parental consent and would expand the types of gender-affirming care that the Oregon Health Plan pays for. Republicans add the bill is not written clearly, so they're taking the issue to court. In Washington, Governor Jay Inslee just signed a bill cracking down on hazing. It's known as Sam's Law and makes the most serious types of hazing a felony. The new law is named after Sam Martinez. He was a freshman at Washington State University and died in the fall of 2019 because of hazing. Washington, by the way, is the 15th state to make hazing a felony.
This week, the Oregon legislature will hold public testimony on a bill that would ban the removal of homeless camps on public property. As Blair Best reports, people are weighing in, even though the bill will not be moving ahead this legislative session.
There's a relentless rhythm on the streets that's become routine, affecting everyone, regardless of where they sleep.
Felt like, well, I'm just a worthless person sleeping out on the street.
We've heard Charles Lindsay's story before. Homeless since he was 18 and his campsite cleared by the city.
And I lost just about everything I owned.
Done real cold-blooded.
Josephine Allen is still fighting to get her things back after her camp was cleared a year ago.
It makes me feel emotional right now because it's really a sad thing out here. They don't really realize people's lives is in stake.
A proposed bill by 2 Democrats in Beaverton and Portland aims to change that. It's called the Right to Rest Act, and it would make removing unsanctioned homeless camps on public property illegal, and even allow homeless people to sue for $1,000 if they're harassed or told to leave, as long as there was nowhere else for them to go. But the bill missed the deadline to advance in this legislative session.
If a bill like that was passed, that would definitely be a headwind for us.
Kurt McCandless runs a bike shop in Old Town.
Everyone's entitled to human rights, but when it comes to trying to just be a normal business, trying to cater to especially tourists and people coming from out of town, it can be frustrating to think that it would be more difficult to move people from our storefront when we're trying to do our business here.
Now, the Right to Rest bill has been introduced multiple times. We talked with one of the co-sponsors over the phone today, and they say while the bill won't be passed during this legislative session, they're still going to hold public testimony on it this week. They say it's important to hear public conversation around issues like this and to further this type of legislation, because last time it was introduced, they only got 15 minutes of public testimony, and this week they're hoping for much more.
You know, we should weigh all the options, and, bringing these bills to attention and kind of putting it through the ringer as far as public input is concerned is important.
Hundreds of people statewide have already submitted written testimony. The overwhelming majority oppose the bill.
How many of those are housed? How many of them are the business owners that are more worried about getting a few extra dollars than their fellow man out there dying on the sidewalk?
Some argue more support for mental health and addiction treatment will be what it takes to reverse this routine that's currently forcing homeowners out of the city and homeless people into despair.
So we're people, we're not animals, and even animals need to be loved.
The public hearing is on Thursday, and those behind the bill say they plan to introduce it again in future legislative sessions. Blair Best, KGW News.
Portland's South Waterfront is about to get more affordable housing. It's thanks to voters who passed Metro's affordable housing bond in 2018. Almost 180 families will live here at the new Waterleaf Apartments. They're off South River Parkway and Moody Avenue. The goal of this bond is to eventually build housing for more than 14,000 people. The rent would be locked in at affordable rates for the next 60 to 99 years. We talked to the first person to move in.
The apartment that we have is more than 3 times the size for only $100 more than the last apartment from which we moved. And I know I'm never going to own a home, but I am very happy to live here.
The bond has already helped pay for almost 1,500 units, with another 6,000 or so on the way.
Okay, let's talk hockey for a moment, because the Kraken are back on the ice tonight for Game 1 in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. These are some highlights from the team's Game 7 win against the Colorado Avalanche. That was Sunday night. The Kraken has been in the NHL for only 2 seasons now, which makes this their first playoff series win in franchise history. The puck drops at 6:30 tonight against the Dallas Stars in Texas.
I can't keep track of 2 playoffs at the same time. NBA is on our TV at home.
Yeah.
We're watching all the NBA playoffs.
You know, the NHL, though, they figured something out, because when Las Vegas had their new team, it wasn't very long and they won the Stanley Cup. And now here we have another new team in Seattle, and they've won their first playoff match. So
There you go.
that's exciting,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't take forever to become decent. All right, here's a look at the radar this morning in the satellite. We have a big low sitting down off the coast of Northern California. This is the one that was off of our shore. The rotation is still firing up showers and eventually developing storms moving south to north up into Oregon and Washington. Had a round of action last night, especially that fired up over parts of central and Central Oregon up into Washington. Right now we just have a little bit of light rain down around Eugene. There's a spot of showers down Yamhill County. So we're mainly dry, 53 degrees. It's going to be a comfortable day coming up. Noticeably warmer than it was yesterday. Yesterday the high only made it to 60 degrees. Right now 50 or better from Seattle down to Eugene. Newport, Astoria about the same. Bend 43. The Dalles is at 47. Pretty quiet. Here's Futurecast. So lots of talk the next couple of days. Scattered showers, spotty storms, but realize most of the time, any one given spot is simply going to be dry. Now here we are 8 o'clock this morning. Most of us are dry. Partly cloudy skies opening up this afternoon. Now this does fire up a storm between Bachelor and Jefferson tonight at 8 p.m. That one kind of fizzles out. And then so today, if Futurecast is right, there's very little action today, very little action overnight tonight. But notice tomorrow, here we are 4 o'clock. There's a big cluster of storms firing up over the Cascades. Those pretty much shoot north across the gorge up toward Mount Adams. And then I want to play this into Thursday. Here we are Thursday morning. There's some action in Clark County, Longview area. Here's a wider rain area with some thunderstorms again near Portland up to the north Thursday at 11 a.m. So that pattern is going to be with us for a while. Here's just a wider look to show even out east. There's really very little precipitation showing up on the weather modeling during the day today. Just keep an eye to the sky. There's a chance of thunderstorms to be with us through Thursday. Low 70s today and tomorrow. Then we get cooler and cloudier going into the weekend. Cold front still shows up on Sunday with likely showers at that time.